March 16th, 2023. Could everybody please stand for the pledge of allegiance and moment of silence for the flag? I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, our first item this evening is a public hearing for the Orange County Community Development Grant for fiscal year 2024. Desiree, could you please read the public hearing note?
A hearing is being held to receive public suggestions for projects to be considered for funding under the Orange County Development Program for fiscal year 2024. Public notice was printed in the Times Herald Record on March 9th, 2023.
Thank you, Desiree. Does anyone from the board have any projects they would like to suggest at this time? Okay. Go ahead, Brendan.
Possibly added to the sensory park?
Actually, we have plans for the Sensory Park. I would like to ask Joe to come up and speak to it because I've been working with Joe this also. We have plans to purchase this through GameStop? Game Time. So we are looking to have improvements made to that. We had a walkthrough last fall with GameStop. Game Time. And so we do have plans for that.
Thank you.
More to come. Yeah.
Great, thank
More
you.
information, guys. And Joe, you can speak to that.
You want me to go I'll download some now?
If you can, that would be great.
And just to note, because our parks are for residents only,
Mhm.
we can't use funding from Orange County
That's-
at the park,
Gotcha.
unfortunately. But
He did close.
otherwise, it would have been a great idea.
Also, has something to do with income limits in town, where seniors are really the only thing we qualify for.
Yeah, the community development grant has restrictions when it comes to things like that, so, I mean, if you'd like, I can give you some past examples of projects that were eligible for funding, just to give you an idea. So, like Tyler said, mostly that's the senior center. We had part of the roof paid for through funding, through the grant. The flooring, windows, most recently the ADA accessible doors, the senior center portion, I don't believe the portion of the library was qualified. We did get a successful grant for a elevator at the former town hall, which we then gave back because we changed plans there. The ramp, senior center ramp, or ADA accessible ramp at the old town hall was once done that way. And then many, many years ago, you had sidewalks done on Valley, Estrada, and Smith Clove after an income survey was done in that area.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
You're welcome.
I do have one that I'd like to bring up. I actually had a meeting today. Sergeant Correa came to my office today and to discuss the possibility of a grant for the through the Orange County Community Development Grant for the animal shelter. So we have Lieutenant Phillips here. I know he has some information on it also, just because we've been discussing it. It's one of the we have plans right now, like just do discussions. We're going to call down our engineer. It's something that it would not be able to accomplish it right now because there are some particulars with this, where if you do receive a type of a grant that we'd be looking for the animal shelter, there is a start date, just like it was with the senior center. We had those doors put in, but we had to have it completed by a certain time, and we know that from that experience.
Maybe we
So what we're
could
gonna
move it to next year.
correct.
Get started on it.
We're going to hopefully work with the engineer because I believe we have like 3 weeks to submit something. If it wasn't gonna happen this year, at least we were able to put a submittal in through, there's no doubt that Sergeant Correa, he has everything in order. And Lieutenant Phillips, they have it done. But there are some things that we have to, as a municipality, as a town, that may provide, we may not be able to meet the full requirement. But it'd be nice to start the process for 2024's fiscal year. Because it would be a major undertaking at the animal shelter, and we'd also like to show, based on we're gonna do some more studies, and whether or not it justifies that type of a project, because it would be, something to take on, but to a grant would be great, but we wanna justify it too. So, we're working with the police department and with our engineer, so that's what I'm hoping for. Okay, so with that being said, just to speak to this though, I don't want Lieutenant Phillips to see if you have anything else to add to that right now, we'll just leave it for there until, yeah, that's fine, okay. So with those further suggestions, can I have a motion a second to close the public hearing? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, I apologize. Do you have anything? Come on up.
I was just gonna say something for the
Please
police
come on up.
department.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, before you speak.
Just to note that it has to be said during the public hearing in order for the application to be submitted to the county, so that's what's important.
No, I was just gonna suggest, possibly getting a grant to help out with the police station, 'cause I know in the past, there was good talk about doing a different type of driveway entrance. And I mean, the police department can always use some help down there, an expansion in the building, so that was just one of my thoughts is for the police station. But I do like the idea with the animal shelter, and I know that there's certain restrictions, I don't think there's anything else that we need to fix up at the senior center, I think we're pretty much good there. I think it started with your dad way back when we
Yeah.
did the roof and whatnot, so.
I know that there's two other doors that we are looking to install at the senior center, but that is not part of the grant. Joe Gianzaro was able to get some prices for that, so we're still working to finalize it, that would be great, because those two doors, the draft is coming through, so
I
we're
know.
able to do that. The police department, we've had, the engineer down there, so when he comes, next week, hopefully to talk about the animal shelter, we'll be down at the police department also.
Perfect.
That's gonna be major too.
I'm sure it will be, that's why I'm just
Good
throwing,
hope.
it
Yeah.
out there, because I know there's certain things that we can and cannot do, so, just my thoughts.
Thank you. Okay. All right, so with that being said, can I have a motion and a second to close the public hearing?
Motion.
Okay, any other discussion? We're good, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. The application deadline is June 23rd, 2023. So the grant writer will work with the county to determine which, if any, of the suggestions received this evening will qualify for funding. At a future meeting, the board will need to act, with an application, okay? Alright, does anybody else from the public have any agenda items they would like to discuss this evening? Okay, and then we'll move on to administrative business, the acceptance of the minutes. Can I have a motion and a second to accept the receipt of the minutes of the meeting held on March 2nd, 2023?
Make the motion.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. Desiree, could you please read the abstract 7?
Abstract 7 contains vouchers 230374 through 230492 and totals $259,513.33.
Alright, can I have a motion and a second to approve the abstract as read?
Make a motion. Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. The next is I have a request for an FMLA extension for Cameron Hudson, who works with our animal control. She's one of our full-time animal control officers. I need a motion and a second to approve the request to extend the FMLA leave an additional 12 weeks beginning March 29th. And that was received just the other day from Ms. Cameron Hudson.
Make a motion.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, motion passed. budget mod, Desiree, could you please read the modification prepared for tonight?
There's only one, it's for the 2023 budget of the Parks Department by increasing A 599 appropriate fund balance by $113,844 and A 7110.404 playground equipment and installation by $113,844.
Thank you very much. So can I have a motion second to approve the modification as read?
Make the motion.
I'll second. Okay, and any discussion? All in-
Yes, was this grant money?
Yes.
That I'm not sure, let me see what item number.
No.
I emailed it to you guys earlier today,
Oh.
so.
Everybody was saying we got grant money for the playground, but we didn't.
Says the town is in receipt of a bill from Game Time for the merry-go-all triple base swing shade belt seat package and enclosed hot seat.
We are
For Berkeley
putting it out for Berkeley Field, and we are waiting, and once that is done and we're paid for, we will be receiving the grant for reimbursement. The money will be reimbursed.
Oh, so we
Yeah.
are getting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just ordered stuff.
Yeah.
alright, that's what,
Thank you. Okay, well,
Just a question about the price, the quote for the assembly and installation is 49,129, reduced to 41,063. It said it was discounted 18,424. Is that the correct number, or is that off the 72,000?
Says the set was discounted $18,424. And then the quote for assembly installation was originally 49, and that has been reduced to 41.
Oh, gotcha, okay,
So I think those are two separate things.
okay, thank you.
okay, we're good? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. All right, now, next is, moving on to old business. This is, appointment to the library board. Before I say, it, since Councilman Luciani is not present, the board, we do, wish to proceed tonight, to appoint a new library trustee, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So with that being said,
Does anybody wanna make a motion to appoint
oh,
somebody?
do you wanna make a motion to appoint someone?
I'll make the motion.
To
to
do who?
point,
To
To
appoint?
appoint.
Mark,
Oh, can I do the, I gotta say the whole thing?
You're not
Yes.
swearing in.
Well,
Okay.
someone needs to make a motion to do something.
I'll make a motion to appoint Martha Lopez as the new, to the library board.
Okay, this will be a term expiring December 31st, 2027.
27, yes.
Alright.
I'll second.
Do you want me to pull the board, or do you want to all in favor?
No, we can pull the board.
Okay. Councilman Glory?
Aye.
Councilman Finnegan?
Aye.
Councilman Edsel?
aye,
Supervisor Burke?
Aye.
And Councilman Luciani is absent.
Okay. While we're on this, before we move on to new business, I know that we've had some discussions lately about the library, the business of the library and the administrative work that needs to be done, that's been continually being done by the library, by the town supervisor's office, by the town employees. So I'd like to talk to the board now and see how we feel about maintaining that for the remainder of this year, status quo.
I agree.
I agree.
Make a motion.
Can you just, I'm sorry, cause I wanna make sure I get it correct, are we just, what exactly is status quo, everything?
Everything
Right.
that we've been doing so far, like, we no longer allowed to hire or fire anyone,
Okay,
from what we've been told.
So we are handling the payroll.
Bookkeeping, et cetera.
so everything payroll and bookkeeping related, or including buildings and ground stuff?
Every building is ground.
So everything we're doing with the exception of the
Yes.
hiring and firing of employees?
Correct.
I just wanna make sure I get it.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Get it clear.
I do wanna get it clear, so
I'll
retain,
second that, Tyler.
and that's through December 31st?
Correct.
Thank you.
Alright. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
You made the motion.
Tyler made the motion?
Tyler, I didn't hear you, okay. So there's no May 4th meeting? To discuss this further?
No,
We don't need to meet,
we don't need it,
we don't need to meet.
no.
I don't think there was a May fourth meeting scheduled. May fourth is
No.
the regular,
May 4th was supposed to be the decision day, that was
May
90
fourth
days.
was when the status quo expired, but there was no meeting scheduled for that date.
Alright, so we're now moving on to new business, and there's no new business to discuss tonight, so now we'll move on to the department reports and the supervisor's report. Desiree, could you read the February 23 supervisor's report?
It has receipts totaling $2,686,254.71, and disbursements totaling $1,095,712.58.
And I have a motion and a second to approve the report as read.
Make the motion.
Okay, Tim seconds. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. Alright, so I'm in, town supervisor's office is in receipt of the town clerk's report for February 23, animal control report, February 23, the police communications report, February 23, buildings and grounds report, February 23, parks and recreation committee minutes, February 21st, 23, police commission minutes, no February meeting held, library director's report, February 23, library board minutes, February 14th, 23, beautification committee minutes, February 2nd, 23, and the budget versus actual, February 23. So thank you for that. And moving now on to public comment. Does anybody here have a public comment? Ms. Hunter?
I'm the only one that's brave enough anymore?
No, just.
I want to congratulate the board for selecting Martha Lopez to be on the Woodbury Public Library Board. I think it's a great choice. So hopefully moving forward, because I was just looking at my calendar, on May 4th, it says the town of Woodbury is supposed to make a decision for the to continue for the 90 days, but you had set way back. So that's why I questioned about the 90 days, because that's what was tossed around at the last meeting, talked about. Going forward, the Woodbury Memorial Day Parade is going to be on May 28th. Information is coming out. I know I've been sending out notices to local businesses and people for the Journal. I will be sending out letters to the town supervisor, the mayor, and the police department. I'm putting out the permit out for the parade. We'll be sending out invitations in the next couple of days, maybe another week or two, for participants and let everyone know what's going on. And this year's Grand Marshal, we will be honoring Philip Morello. Has stepped down from being on the parade committee, and he says he has great faith in me to keep this moving. I've talked to a couple of the other gentlemen who've been on the committee, Ken Smith, Jerry DeSisto, Bob Cotter, and they're all in favor of this. And so I'm looking forward for the community to come out to honor Phil Morello and his family for doing such an awesome job over the last, I don't know how many years. And if anyone has any questions, everyone knows how to find me. So that's about it.
Before you sit down, I just wanted to make mention of what you had just brought up regarding the library selection. Tonight we had our interviews, and I want to thank everyone that came tonight to interview, and I also want to personally thank Maria, you were also a candidate just a while back for this, for the library trustee, and every candidate that came tonight was very impressive. Everybody here, I think, comes with the intention that they want to serve the community that we all live in. And it was really evident tonight that the people are coming out now, and they want to give back for all of us. They want to play a role in our decision making for what's best for all of us, for the young people in our community, and for our seniors, for everyone. So I think everybody that came out, including you, I just want to say thank you. It was, and everybody was very impressive. I don't know if anybody else has anything they want to say also now about that. But it's,
But thank you.
yeah, thank you. Okay, Joe.
Unless you have questions, I have none.
Well, yeah, I could ask you about this, like, let you talk to it. Take your time.
Did you see this?
Can you explain, Joe, a little bit about what you handed out tonight? I know that, we actually did discuss this with GameStop. GameStop.
You got GameStop on your brain.
I hope you're not gonna pay GameStop $79,000.
And Game, GameStop and GameStop.
This is a interaction arch that, since it's, I believe we should do it at the reservoir, it's gonna run on solar, because we have no electricity up in the park. What it is if you look on the bottom, people come in and they'll pick a game they wanna play. There's letters, there's numbers, there's symbols, and the thing, it talks back and forth to them. I think it'd be a great thing for the park, because it gets used a lot at the res is more than, and it's open all year round, so. I believe this arch is probably about $50,000, but that's not including installation, so we never went too farther than that. But we do have a spot, if you go up to the park, you'll see, if you walk into the gate, right there in front of you, there's a nice spot for this to be. But this would be, I think it'd be great, because we got camp up there and everything, I mean, we can look more into it, but it's something that, if you guys decide, then we can at least get this, plus we get installations. But I think it'd be great for the kids, because they just pick the thing and they can play games all day with it. So
You have a ballpark on installation, Joe?
I think if you see the bottom, you gotta put that pour in play, and it's really, really expensive. So I don't,
Have you seen this anywhere in live?
no, I have not, we could see if there's something around. It comes from, Sweden, I think it is, or something like that. I think it comes from, not United States. The company is from, I believe it's Sweden. I haven't seen one. I could ask if he has something around.
If not, you can get a discount to be a display.
There you go. Well, we can ask that question, definitely. It is gonna be what it's gonna be.
Or a trip to Sweden.
Maybe a road trip. Maybe I have to get on a plane
Joe, real quick, where'd you say you were putting that?
at the reservoir,
Where, though?
right in the Century Park.
In the Century Park?
Yes.
You might wanna budget an extra $2 or $3 grand to get a camera on that thing if it's $100,000. Just my
The whole
2
park?
cents there.
Those other pieces in the park weren't cheap either.
Yeah, it was over $100 grand at the park too.
You might wanna get a camera on them sooner than later. All the equipment's there, you just need a
Yeah.
camera.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, 'cause I was saying, if you put it up at the pond, you can't move in that place without being on video somewhere, which is really nice.
The pond was open all year round and.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, I mean, but you should definitely throw another camera or two up there just
It's
to
gonna
keep an
protect
eye
our
on it.
investments.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Okay,
great,
good.
thanks, Joe.
Oh, Joe, before you sit down though, I just want to thank, he's here. The other night, we had a major storm, Councilman Gloria was, texting me and, late and, telling me it's coming, and, so I appreciate that and everybody, so the job that was done by the highway department and by the, buildings and grounds, the sidewalks, the parking lots, it was a tremendous amount of snow we got, and, the job, great job by everyone.
We got way more than they said we're getting, so. It wouldn't stop, that's the problem, just kept coming and coming and coming.
Yeah.
No, everybody did a great job. But you can see our town, the next day was pretty much spotless.
Yep.
So, yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think that being said, okay, we'll go to board member and department comments. Marie, you have another comment? Beautification, okay. Sergeant Lieutenant Phillips,
I'm good.
you good?
Everything's good on our part.
Attorney McKay, thank you for joining us tonight.
You're welcome. No comments?
No? Okay.
No.
Thank you. Councilman Glory.
Well, Supervisor Burke, you touched on it quickly. First of all, thank you all for coming out tonight. I wanted to thank the crews from the highway department and the buildings and grounds for their hard work during and after the recent snowstorm. Working those kinds of storms takes our snow fighters away from their families for a while. And being in that business myself, I can appreciate all the hard work that they did. So kudos to everybody involved. I'd also like to wish everyone a safe and happy St. Patrick's Day. enjoy your corned beef and cabbage, and, have a great Friday. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Councilman Finnegan.
Okay, happy St. Patrick's Day, don't drink and drive, otherwise you'll be seeing them. New York State burn ban's in effect as of March 16th, so please watch that you don't do that, and change your smoke detector batteries, change your clocks, change smoke detector batteries. Other than that, I got nothing. Enjoy your St. Patrick's Day, I will.
You know what tomorrow is? 44 years of happiness.
Good for you. Yeah.
What anniversary? Aragon?
Yeah, for like 5 minutes. Yeah, that's all right.
That's
all.
Congratulations.
Huh? That's all?
Councilman Edsel.
How long are you married? Longer than you?
Just wish everybody happy St. Patrick's Day, and I'd really like to thank the people that came out to interview for the library board. We had, everybody was really good, and it was nice to see. There was a number of people that came out and,
31.
really appreciate it. The ones that didn't get picked, I hope they interview for another position in the future.
Thank you. Okay, I just have a couple of quick announcements. First and foremost, I want to publicly make an announcement to congratulate one of our buildings and grounds. He's actually one of our lead guys, our lead foreman, Will McLennan. Him and his wife are expecting their second child. So that's congratulations to him and his wife and their family. So that's great news. And secondly, tonight, I just want to talk a little bit about our animal shelter and what we've been working on. In December of '22, we initiated a change at the animal shelter. The animal control officers began partnering with our Woodbury Police Department. Sarah Guani began collaborating with the police department, and with its new year, a new process, new team members, positive turn of events, and over the last 12 weeks, the animal control officers, working closely with the police department, have spearheaded, which is also spearheaded with the assistance of Sergeant Correa. We have a new dress code enhanced with official emblem. We have new procedures implemented. We have a new part-time ACO member started on January 23rd. We have a thorough assessment of the animal shelter by Sergeant Correa to tackle future upgrades. Of course, we have to mention buildings and grounds and the work that they've been doing constantly there. The work there shows. And we also, with the police department, we're incorporating and we enhanced security system. We have cameras there. So this teamwork resulted in us tackling a surprise. We had a surprise inspection, which occurred on March 3rd. This relates to the agricultural and markets laws and regulations. This visit went very well, and the town of Woodbury Animal Shelter passed. So I want to take a moment to acknowledge both Sarah and Sergeant Correa for working so well together, enhancing process, and initiating shelter improvements, and moving that department forward in a positive manner. So it's a job well done, and we'll continue to see it. So with that being said, I think I'll entertain a motion to adjourn and go into adjourn.
Nope, he wants an executive session.
Oh, we'd like to have
About
I need a motion.
personnel?
I'm sorry?
Is it about personnel? They have to say what the executive session is about in general.
I would say town security.
That's clear. So I need to have a motion to second.
Am I supposed to be here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I guess that's an attorney-client session.
So we're gonna
So-
make a
Well,
motion.
that means I don't have to be here
Attorney-
then.
Attorney-client.
So you don't need a motion.
Attorney-client motion.
Unless I can get 3 people to let me go home, yeah. No,
Okay.
not gonna happen?
No.
Alright.
Then just
So
adjourn.
we'll just.
So
It'll be
if
quick.
it's an
With
attorney,
that,
yeah, if it's
yeah.
attorney-client, we can close the meeting and just go into attorney-client.
If we only let Lieutenant Phillips speak and not you, 5 minutes.
I'll try, I'll just sneak it off.
Okay, so
Alright,
that
we'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Oh my.
Second.
Thank you. Alright, good night everyone, and thank you.
Good night.
They do remember I'm on their